Hello everyone, Teeny here. I'm back again for Try It Out Tuesday. I hope you're having a fabulous start to your week. Today we're going to create a fun and unique card, kind of a playful card. We're going to do a little bit of Copic coloring, and we're basically going to let the stamp set do the work because they're on the larger side. But I thought this was super cute. This is the stamp set. It's red rubber, and it's actually backed on a platform that is for storage too. I mean, this is really nice background. I thought this was really neat. These are quality red rubber. I have the coordinating die set to cut out the images, but I just love the little gnomes, so I thought we'd make a thank you card with this. We're going to do a little bit of Copic coloring, so I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. Okay, we are going to have to use 2 pieces of cardstock, and I thought this little gnome was super cute. So we're going to use him. I'm going to go ahead and stamp him on some white cardstock. And then I'm going to stamp, there's 2 different backgrounds you can use, and I'm going to use the larger one today. So I'm going to bring in another piece of cardstock. Since we're using Copic colors, I'm going to use my Memento ink to stamp my gnome. So our gnome is good. And then I'm just using an A2 panel for this large background. And since we're making an A2 card, I'm just going to stamp it with the bottom overhanging. We're going to end up die cutting this out anyway. Just love how playful this is. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom in and we're going to play a little bit of music. Before I do though, I'm going to show you the colors that I was going for today. And I think I may have a little ink here. Here, maybe cat hair or something got on here. So I'm going to restamp this image. I'll be right back. Much better. And then, these are the colors we're going to use today. I'm going to play a little music while I color, and when I'm done coloring, I will catch you back. Okay, coloring is all done. I did go outside of the lines a little bit, so that's where our handy dandy white gel pen comes in. And we just cover that up. Did have to, halfway through coloring, I had to fill up my G40 marker. Filling it up is really easy. I just removed the chisel tip end and just fill it up with my refills. So nice. But let's take the coordinating die here. I'll cut out this background and my gnome. Okay, while I was die cutting, I also die cut out a frame. I used the largest FLUTED Classics dies, and I just doubled them up, and I just love the way this looks. This is going to fit the outline of an A2 panel beautifully. So if you have a double stitched die set, you could use that. I'm going to go ahead and take my fun background. I'm going to place it over to one side like so. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to bring in some foam tape, and I'm going to put it around the back here. Went ahead and adhere that. I love frames with something popping out of it. I just think that looks so fun. Now I'm going to take my gnome. I'm going to put him in this corner. So let's add some foam squares. So he's one level higher, kind of popping out of our background. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit more pink, and to do that, I'm going to bring in my leftover cardstock panel and just using the same markers that I'm used for my gnome. I'm going to do a little bit of color gradient here. We will add some greens. Just blending these two together. And I want to add a flower to my gnome, which I think I need to pop up. I'm going to add a flower and a leaf, and the flower and leaf that I'm using is from my Garden Wreath add-on die set. I'm going to die cut out a couple leaves and a flower. Okay, let's add a little glue. And then I'll add my flowers. And I'm going to add a flower. Even though this is the boy gnome, I don't think there's no harm in adding a flower to his hat. For today's greeting, I thought we would use one of these. These are the Subsentiments Thanks die cuts. They're pre-cut sentiments. Simon has some of these, but Simon's aren't cut. These are cut, and these are from Waffle Flower. And I'm gonna use the greeting says thank you my friend. But I thought these were so neat. Again, these are from Waffle Flower. I have thanks. I have happy 4th. For 4th of July. We'll have to do this next year. But we also have bloom, and then we have berry sweet. I thought these, I believe, are well, sub-sentiments for probably a larger die. But I think some of these are great on their own too. So I picked up these, and they're not too expensive. I'll link them down below. But for this card, I'm using Thank You, My Friend. There are little nubs when you take them out. You just use your scissors, or if you have a nail file, you could sand these off. I still have my basic basic gray files that you could use. But we're going to go ahead and add some foam tape behind here. Since this is kind of a playful card, I just placed them a little bit wonky on our background foliage. Since today is Try It Out Tuesday, when I picked up my Subsentiments, I also picked up, I think I picked them at the same spot. I picked up some Nuvo crystal drops, but these aren't Nuvo crystal drops. They're actually Nuvo Aroma drops. I thought, Aroma? What is this? This is like a creamy off-white color. In fact, the color of it is called Magnolia Bloom. And I thought, well, they must smell. And so I put some on my negative piece of, and I do a little tap, kind of flatten them, and then you smell them, and they have a magnolia smell. So they have a perfumey smell to them. So if you're not into perfumey smells, it's not really strong. In fact, if I hold it away, you can't really smell it. But if you hold it close enough, you can actually smell the floral tone of this. I was like, well, that's nice, opening an envelope. And you know how back in the day you put perfume on your letters to your man? Well, I thought this would be pretty just for anyone, because who doesn't love a smell of a flower? But I thought that is so cool. So we're going to give this a try again. This is the Nuvo Aroma Drops. Add scented dimensional details. So not only do we have dimensional details, we have scented details. I just put one in the center of the flower. I'm going to add some around. Should we add a few around here too? We'll just let that dry. But I thought that's the neatest thing. If you guys haven't tried this, I would say give it a try, because I wouldn't say it smells like magnolias, although it's been a long time since I smelled a magnolia. But I would say, well, maybe it smells close to roses. It has that rose smell. But I love it. I don't know if it's going to smell when it dries, or it just smells when you put them on there. I'll give you guys an update next Tuesday, letting you know if this still smells when it dries. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you next Tuesday. Same time, same place. And well, actually, I'll probably see you lots of times this week, but have a great day. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.